I'm back. Video number 2, as promised. I didn't even have to move. Okay, so I had some really good discussions today about relationships, and I have decided that next week's topic will be all about relationships and love and everything that it entails, the good, the bad, how to make them better, how to get over them, how to recognize when it's no use anymore. Um, but I did want to give you guys a starter with learning about communication. Um, One of the biggest things that I hear in therapy, I hear from friends, I hear from my own relationship is that we have the same conversations over and over again, and that can become very frustrating. And what people fail to realize is that you are having the same conversation over and over again because you're saying the same things over and over again, but you're not getting to the root issue. And you have to get to the root issue in order to see any change, in order to see any differences in what you want. Okay. If it's been going on for years, then it's going to continue to go on for years. And you also have to realize that you have to give your relationship some leeway because there is no relationship that is happy 24/7. It does not exist. Okay. People are not happy all the time. Healthy relationships fight. The one most important thing is that they respect each other. Actually, research shows that relationships that can argue and handle it and deal with it and then move on are actually very strong because they can deal with conflict. Relationships that fall into disrespect are the ones that, we have to worry about. So with that being said, one of the other things that I wanted to bring up was this constant conversation that you're going to have. So I'm going to do the typical heterosexual couple for the moment of men and women bickering at each other. Okay. So woman comes and she yells at her husband because he didn't do the laundry. He didn't help out with the dishes. He's not helping out with the kids. And there's two things that are going on. She is saying something that sounds like womp womp, nagging, nagging, right, to the husband. And she is getting mad because she feels like she's being ignored. Like I'm always saying the same thing. So when they sit down to have this conversation, the person's like, well, you're not helping me with this. You're not helping me with that. I need your help. You said you were going to be supportive and this is how we're going to be supportive. And the person goes, yes, you're right. I'm going to be supportive. I appreciate you. I don't want you to think I don't appreciate you. End of conversation. Next day, same thing. Now, it's time to switch up the conversation. It's time to get to the root of the issues. So you have two options here that you're going to do. The real issues here become a couple different things. Women are more emotional. Men are more socially driven in a sense. The woman, what she's really saying and what you have to figure out is what is the story behind what she is telling you. There is a theme to what is being said. It's not the dishes. It's not the laundry. There's a theme. The theme could be, I do not feel appreciated enough. I do not feel valued. Okay. And once we are able to get those words out, it becomes a very different conversation between you and your partner. When your partner realizes my partner doesn't feel valued or cherished, like, wow, that's different. So we have to kind of get to the stories on how we're feeling. Now, if I'm going to defend the ladies, I'm going to defend the men too, because it's true. Now, men look at us at sometimes as naggers, especially when we said, you haven't done this, you haven't done that, you haven't done this, you haven't done that. Biologically, men are alphas, right? They strive to be alphas. They strive to be in basically perfect. And that is a hard thing for men to do, to be perfect, especially in today's society. So what we are saying and what they are hearing is two very different things. We are saying, you're not doing XYZ because we don't feel appreciated. But what the man is hearing is, you didn't do XYZ. You're not living up to your standards. You're not good enough. And that becomes a huge issue because now you're talking about self-esteem issues on both sides, which is why some of these conversations can get so heated and so worked up. So when you sit down with your couple, if you're a therapist or if you sit down as a couple, I really encourage you guys to sit down and write down some stuff before and really think about what it is that you're saying to each other. You know, what is the real issue? What is the story behind what you are saying to them? It's not the dishes, it's not the laundry, it's not the kids, it's the story. And then this gives you the opportunity now to re-author the story and to re-author your relationships. So that way you can have a stronger relationship because now you know what each other are actually dealing with. If you don't get to the emotions, you're not going to get anywhere. And vulnerability in relationships is essential. Our relationships with our partners are supposed to be vulnerable. It is our safe spot. If we can't be vulnerable with them, who can we be vulnerable with? Okay. And when they use that, we cannot use it against them. Okay. So those are my quick little tips on